Let's take a look at our top selections. Dan Illman, Mike Buer, race number 9 at Aqueduct on Wood Memorial Saturday, a very important Kentucky Oaks prep. Let's take a peek at the field for the Grade 3 Gazelle. We're going 1 1/8 for 3-year-old fillies. The number 8, Search Results, even money on David Aragona's morning line, the winner of the Busher Invitational last time out in fast time. Going to try 2 turns for the first time, Mike, breaking from the far outside post.
Yeah, there are. Listen, she deserves to be the favorite in this race, Dan. She's run, pretty well in both of her starts so far, both of them wins. But you have to question, how far she wants to go. I guess that could be a little bit of a concern. I personally think she's the most talented horse in the race, but there could be things working against her.
Let's take a look at the Timeform US Pace Projector. Search Results can be aggressive out of there. And if she is and get a good spot off Hybrid Eclipse, I think the connections would be very, very happy. I do believe that she has enough speed to get a forward position, and we'll just find out how far she wants to go. I also agree with you. She's probably the most tactical, probably the most talented horse in the race and the most likely winner.
Yeah, it probably is. We'll see how she handles the stretch out and distance. I do think that trip is probably available to her, though. So we'll see how that all plays out. She does have the far outside post, but she should be able to get forward.
Horse that drew inside, the number 1 Hybrid Eclipse, can use her speed to her advantage. Let's watch her most recent start. She's 2 for 2 since being switched to the Linda Rice shed row. Here she is on the outside at Laurel. This is not a very strong field, but she does finish with a lot of interest.
Yeah, she does. I mean, she takes this thing over just inside the 8th pole, and she's going to win going away, Dan. The finish that she puts on here, I guess, suggests that, she'll handle the 9 furlongs in this race. She got a very good trip in this race, but it was another step in the right direction for her.
Another horse capable of showing some speed is a stretch out, the number 2, Maracuja, who won this race on February the 21st over wet going 6.5 furlongs. We see her on the outside. She begins to lengthen her stride. I liked this performance because I didn't think there was a lot of pace up front. I'm not sure what she beat, but it was a step in the right direction.
Yeah, she ran well in here to, I guess make amends perhaps for her prior start where she was pretty disappointing as a very heavy favorite. This was a nice rebound effort for her. Even in a repeat of this one, though, Dan, is really not going to get her anything, even against this field. So I think she still has a lot to prove as she stretches out.
One of 2 horses trying dirt for the first time is the number 3, Martina, who ran an okay 4th last time out in the Florida Oaks. She ran on at the end of that race. By not this time, you'd think that at least on top, she has the pedigree to handle the dirt, the damn one on the grass. I just wonder where she's going to be. I wonder if she'll be just outpaced early.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about too. I think she has some real ability. I don't know if she's a dirt horse, Dan. She's not really bred for it on the bottom. And she just doesn't have any speed at all, which is a concern.
A horse that began her career on turf but has flourished in switching to dirt is the Mike Maker trained number 4 Army Wife, who has the tactical speed to work out a good trip. Let's watch her seasonal debut, a 1-turn mile at Gulfstream Park, and she just basically prompted this pace 3 wide at odds on, and she really has to work to win this. My main concern is I wonder if this buyer's legit, because a 77 buyer doesn't have her too far off of the favorite. That Lenlow lady came back and really bombed in the Gulfstream Park Oaks last week. I wonder if this buyer's a bit inflated, but I think she's going the right way.
Yeah, I do too. I would also maybe be a little concerned about distance with this filly, Dan. We'll see how she handles the stretch out. She ran fine last time. I mean, she did come around the outside while the runner up there slipped through on the rail. The problem is that runner up, Happy Constitution, she just isn't that good.
The 5 is The Grass is Blue. Like the favorite, Search Results, trained by Chad Brown. Unlike Search Results, we know she handles 1 1/8. She did it in winning the Busanda. And maybe you could make a case that in the Busher, they turned her back and she was up against a slow pace scenario. Maybe she's a bit of a sleeper here. This is not the strongest gazelle in the world.
That's exactly how I looked at it, Dan. And I'll be honest, going into the Busanda, I wasn't really sold on her. I didn't like her that much in that race. I was completely wrong. They bet her like she couldn't lose, and she won that race very easily. I just think she had a huge excuse last time. The 1-2 finishers of that race basically walked on the lead. This filly was way up against it trying to close.
Bill Mott tries dirt for the first time with the 6, always late. A little bit of pedigree here by Animal Kingdom. This is a half to the multiple stakes winning New York bred Analyze the Odds, who is a good dirt horse. She has gotten good at 3 on turf for Mott. Distance isn't an issue. Similar situation as the other first-time dirt horse. I wonder if she can keep up early.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of trip she can get. If the pace isn't fast, I'll expect her to be relatively close. She showed tactical speed, at least in her 2 wins. She showed tactical speed, and you don't have to worry about distance. I don't know, Dan. It would be a little bit of a guess, I suppose. I think she has some talent. She's not really my kind of horse, but there is dirt on the bottom of her pedigree, and I think her last 2 races are good.
The 7, Song of Innocence, 30-1 on the morning line for a horse trying dirt for the first time. She got beat last time out in a non-winners of 1 other than over a synthetic surface at Turfway. And her buyers are just very light.
She's just going to have to be a totally different horse on dirt. Maybe she is, but there's a lot of turf on the bottom of this pedigree too.
And here's Search Results, who was a dominant debut winner at Gulfstream Park for Chad back in January, going 6. They ran her off a 2-month layoff in the Busher. Let's watch that race right now. The Grass is Blue is going to finish 3rd. Search Results got close to the pace. I think this Miss Brazil, though, is a decent sprinter that might have found the mile a little far for her. We see Search Results on the outside. She's on her left lead right now. I thought she showed a lot of determination to win this.
And she did. She's very game. She doesn't change leads, but she's eventually going to grind this horse down on the lead to prevail. She ran fine. And here again, this was a very slow pace. So these 2 horses had all the best of it in there, Dan. I really liked her career debut. I thought she ran really well when she won that day. She took a step forward last time. Now they'll stretch her out. She's the horse to beat.
She's the horse to beat, no doubt, but we will try to take a slight stand against her because the 1 1/8 is the great unknown. Mike's going to take a swing with the 6, Always Late, who's just gotten good for Mott on turf, has a little bit of dirt pedigree. Usually this is not our kind of horse. You mentioned that in discussing Always Late, but I think this is the kind of race where you can take a shot with one of these at a price.
That's exactly how I looked at it. And I do like her last 2 races. Whether it translates or not, I don't know. The 2 Chad Brown horses, to me, they're the 2 horses to beat in here. I just didn't personally want to take either one of them as the favorites because I'm just not completely sold. They'll probably just run 1-2. I'll try to beat them with the 6.
I'm a little worried about the distance with the 4 Army Wife, but she's been consistent since moving to dirt. And I think the tactical speed that she can show in this race can be key. If the 8 doesn't stay, if the 1 is just class compromised, there's a chance Army Wife is in with a big shot at a decent price turning into the stretch. Mine is 6-1 on the morning line. Mike's 8-1 on the morning line. 4-8-1-5 for me, 6-5-8-1 for Mike in the grade 3 Gazelle, a Kentucky Oaks prep. Best of luck.